Let Me Win. And actually this is my first black game, right? I think I had white 3 times in a row. I take it. I do take it. And I'm going to try some new ground here. Some new variations. Just trying stuff out. Okay, now we kind of have advanced French, but with the bishop out, which should be a decent version. French advanced variation. Okay, I think queen b6 makes sense. Attacking the bishop, putting pressure on the pawn on d4. And he takes. Now I have the bishop pair. I have a nice bishop on f5, which I'll make sure it has enough space so he won't get it with knight h4. And I just have to find good squares for my pieces. And then I'm good. I don't know where white is going to play. I mean, this bishop is a monster. So I'll play my queen out of the way. I'll keep the position close because I'm behind in development. Actually, now I have to react to this threat of d takes c5. Well, I can just go queen b6, threatening queen takes b2, so white doesn't really have time to take on c5. And notice how my bishop is covering b1, so I don't ever have to worry about rook b1 coming. And now I go knight c6, so I can take with the bishop on c5. I could even close the position with c4, that would be another option. But, well, now knight a5 is another move. But then d takes c5, so, and b4 ideas, so I don't like that. Maybe I'll just take, keep it simple, don't think for too long. Oh, he takes with the c pawn. Well, now I'm very comfortable, I think. Well, b4 might be a threat. Should I go knight a5? There's rook c1. Yeah, I need to kind of finish my development. Maybe I go a5 to stop b4 from happening. And now bishop e7. And he wants to double the rooks. Okay, you can do that. Now he doesn't. Okay. I'll play a4, fix the pawn structure here. And now, how do I play knight a5? Maybe I don't. Maybe I'll just go knight a7. Because in all these lines, I think I'm always more comfortable. Rook takes. Now I could still go rook c8. I could go knight b5, but I need to play some moves quickly, so I'm not falling behind on the clock too much. I mean, it's just a critical factor. Knight h5. He wants to sacrifice maybe on h6, so no, ain't happening. Bishop f8, covering h6 one more time. g4. Okay, he's getting aggressive. I'm going to also try to be aggressive. This bishop takes h6, I can just take knight f6, nothing happening. And now my knight is coming to c4, and that's with devastating effect, because then suddenly all those pawns will drop like ripe fruit from a banana tree. It's a common saying in German. Just kidding. All right, knight c4, coming in. What's the chat saying? How did the bishop get to h7? Well, you know, it went to f5, then I played h6, and then I played bishop h7. Okay, desperate measures now, g5. But first I attack the queen on d2 with knight c4, and I have the option to take the bishop on e3 as well. And if I really want to neutralize his play, I can just exchange queens. But first, I'm going to take on g5, because why not? I don't see anything wrong with it. And then I'll take on b2. I didn't want him to destroy my pawn structure. Now bishop g6, knight f4. Okay, let me just take. He can have my bishop, my pride of the position, but I'm going to win 2 pawns, win the pawn on b2, the pawn on a3, and that's good enough compensation. Okay, this one is hang with check because the pawn cannot take back, it's pinned. And let me win resigns. And well, I think the problems arose early. Giving up this key bishop is not a good idea here, because then, as we saw in the game, I have this powerful light squared bishop and white just doesn't have any means of exchanging it. So you want to move it back to d3 probably. And if you want to play for an advantage though, I think c3 is not the way to go after c5. Probably knight f3 or d takes c5 should be played here. Okay,